It's Sunday after you've come home from church and after you've eaten dinner. You're watching your favorite movie Singing in the Rain when the aroma hits your nose. Cookies. You rush to the kitchen only to find out that your mom put nuts, oatmeal, and raisins in them. Whatever happened to just chocolate chip cookies? Chocolate chip cookies are perfect just the way they are. Classic, simple, and scrumptious. Did you know that the creation of the chocolate chip cookie was an accident? In 1930, Ruth Graves Wakefield, who ran the Toll House Inn, made chocolate chip cookies when she was trying to make just chocolate cookies. People grew to love them, and due to their large volume of consumption, chocolate chip cookies eventually became the most popular dessert in the country. Like so many others, homemade chocolate chip cookies are also my favorite. When I got married, I went on the hunt for my own go-to chocolate chip cookie recipe. I didn't want a cookie that was too rich, too sweet, too salty, hard, or dry. But I wanted a cookie that was light, but something I felt I could indulge in with the perfect amount of sweet and salt. One day on my venture, I was craving white chocolate chip macadamia nut cookies, and they were delicious. I realized what made them so good was the dough. So next time I made them, instead of adding the white chocolate chips and the macadamia nuts, I added chocolate chips. And that was that. I had discovered my go-to chocolate chip cookie recipe. I've made it for many people and have been asked for the recipe many times. So here it is. This is how to make the perfect chocolate chip cookie. First, we'll start with the ingredients. You will need 2 cups and 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour, a half teaspoon baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon salt, 3/4 cup butter, softened, which is a stick and a half. If you forget to set the butter out to soften it, a quick trick that I like to use is by placing it between 2 sheets of wax paper and rolling it with a rolling pin. Then you will need 1 cup packed light brown sugar, a half cup granulated sugar, 1 egg at room temperature, and 1 egg yolk at room temperature. If you forget to set your eggs out to get them to room temperature, a quick trick you can use is by placing them in a bowl of very warm water for a couple of minutes. Also, if you're unfamiliar with how to separate an egg yolk from the rest of the egg, you can crack the egg and then transfer the egg yolk between the 2 shells just to separate it from the egg white. Then you will need 2 teaspoons vanilla extract, as well as 3/4 cups semi-sweet chocolate chips. Now to make them. In a medium bowl, mix together the flour, baking soda, and salt. For this part, I use a whisk. Also, it's always a good idea to sift your flour. To do this, you can just use a fine mesh strainer. Then go ahead and set that aside. Then you will cream the butters and sugars together using a mixer. You can either use a stand mixer or a handheld mixer. If you're unfamiliar with the term of creaming the butter, you just need to mix the butter until it is creamy and whipped, and then add in your sugars and mix that together. Then you will add the egg yolk, and vanilla and mix well until just combined. Then go back to your flour mixture and add it to the buttercream mixture in batches, meaning don't just pour in all the flour at once, but add it in sections. That's just to make sure that all the flour gets incorporated. Also, when you're mixing it, just make sure that the flour doesn't explode all over the place. Then you'll stir in the chocolate chips and then cover that with plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator for about an hour to chill. Then preheat your oven to 325 degrees and roll the dough into 1-inch balls and place them on a parchment-lined baking sheet. You'll bake for about 8 to 10 minutes or until the edges of the cookies are just ever so lightly browned. The middle of the cookies will look very soft and a little puffy. Let the cookie cool on the baking sheet for just a few seconds, and then you transfer it to a wire cooling rack. This is what your cookies will look like once they are done. I am a firm believer that there is nothing better than a simple, classic, and scrumptious chocolate chip cookie. In my search, I found, in my opinion, the perfect go-to chocolate chip cookie recipe that can put a smile on anyone's face.